gilt on the gingerbread, the icing on the cake. It's monuments and mirror glass, the city's on the make. The devil takes a hindmost and no one counts the cost. It's such a sweet seduction. Love. You could call it ambition, but someone must be greed. Don't want you for a friend if you're a friend in need. Not gonna tell the truth if you swallow a lie. I want the icing on the cake. Love.
Rita, are you sure you have the nanny's room already? She'll be here about 9. And do make sure she's properly settled in before we get back. And if there's anything else I've forgotten for the baby, or Rex can go out and get it.
My car's playing up, remember?
Oh.
Oh, don't worry, Grandmother. It will be done. The infant bottom shall not lack powder.
Well, how?
Experimental modern device called a taxi.
Oh, and Rita, if Alistair calls, that woman from the winery rang again looking for him. Has he gone into hiding?
Let's just say he'd prefer not to be found by a certain person. He's not sleeping under park benches if you're worried.
Well, the thought had never really occurred to me. Alistair's much too hedonistic. You've been very cheery the last day or two. Do I assume this new acquisition is working out well?
Oh, yes. No, the bar's fine. No, it's more a matter of historical fascination that's amusing me. Had a long chat with old Charles the other night. Totally blotto, so I didn't take him too seriously. But, like any good journo, I checked out his story. And it seems that, sozzled or not, old Charles can still tell his August from his October.
Oh, James, this is really very kind of you.
Not at all.
No, really, I mean it. It's so good of you to look after me and Caroline, when I know what a busy man you are.
Well, I feel as though I have some sort of stake in this baby after dashing to the hospital like an expectant father. The least I can do is make sure you all get home again safely.
And they say chivalry is dead. Or is it just redefined as futures trading?
You didn't. You actually drank that ghastly stuff?
I did. For my sins, gallons of it.
Oh.
Quite. The problems with gorgeous young men, with gorgeous young bodies, is that they also have pathetic salaries that don't take my aging liver into account. I did murmur the word Maui a couple of times. He thought I was saying more.
Chelsea, there's a woman on the phone looking for your brother. Do you know where he is?
No.
Do you want to hazard a guess?
Well, if he's not at the bar, I wouldn't have a clue.
Try the hotel.
Everybody, this is Felix Chalmers.
Wow.
He is a bit, isn't he?
More than a bit. Shoes under my bed any night.
Felix was just dying to meet you. This is Magda and Poppy.
An office full of beautiful women. Can I get a job here? Oh, no, forget it. I'd never be able to concentrate.
And Chelsea over there and Shelley in reception.
Hi.
God, what a marvellous place. You really work here?
There's a rumour to that effect. It's never been proved.
This is what I do.
She's the fashion editor. I help her. She's very good.
I can see that. You keep surprising me, don't you?
Oh, my God, it's love. I think I'm going to be ill.
Oh, don't be nasty. He's gorgeous. Lucky old Jasmine.
Petal, I'm going to be late if I don't hurry. Miss me.
So which plastics factory did you find him in?
Magda? He's lovely, Jasmine, he is.
Well, at least he's over 21, Magda.
Well, if he comes in, could you ask him to call Mrs. Jakovich? He knows the number. Thank you.
You tried a morgue?
Oh, that's not funny, Stan. He's completely disappeared. I'm going crazy.
You went crazy the day he arrived.
I know. Trouble is, I love him. This wife was over long ago.
The way he treats you, I should shoot him.
You have to find him first.
Enough, Sophie. You make a fool of yourself.
Just one more, Stan. This one I've been putting off.
Another hospital. Another grandmother. I should shoot you, crazy woman.
If he's there, it might be a kindness. I'm ringing his wife.
Hello? Oh, hello. No. No, I don't know where you could find him. I haven't seen him for days. That's okay. Yeah, bye. Someone calling for Rex. Hey, what are you doing today?
As little as possible. Why?
I was just wondering whether you were feeling brave enough to face your lioness. After all, I'm confronting mine. Alistair, she has to be told. You can't hide out here buying new shirts and grundies every day.
I'll give it some serious thought.
You will give it some serious action, meine Freunde. You seem to think we're getting back together.
Certainly looks that way.
And we're going to try and make this marriage work.
That's what we said.
Well, then I think I ought to make a confession. You see, I had a very spoiled childhood, and I've always been terrible about sharing my toys, and I never grow out of it, so...
I know. Sophie has to be given the old heave-ho. But it isn't going to be easy, Gemma.
I don't see why not. You've had heaps of practice.
Ha. No, really, Sophie's different. I felt safer with her. Got closer to her. I don't know, sounds mushy.
Certainly does.
I just don't want to hurt her, that's all.
You've already done that, Dumbo, by telling her you're married. She's probably mad as hell and never wants to see you again.
You think so?
To the loveliest flower of all, Felix. See, Chelsea? I told you Hugo and Celia would find the right man for me. Oh, he's just
a cheap gangster by the look of things.
Magda?
I take it back. Not cheap. I bet you've never had to endure a night of inferior wine.
Oh, we drink Chateau Margaux. In moderation, of course.
Oh, God, you're not trying to become a wit, are you, Jasmine? Give up. You'll never make it past halfway.
To be honest, Felix was a terrible rebel when he was younger. He tells the most hilarious stories of the things he used to get up to. Makes it sound so much fun, I'm almost sad he reformed.
And what does he do, this lion of yours, apart from buy out jewellers and florists?
Well, he's in business.
Well, I didn't think he was a brain surgeon, Jasmine. What sort of business?
Well, I don't know. Important, I think. Anyway, he's awfully rich.
Well, and they say holography's in its infancy over here.
Gemma, you look wonderful.
Hello. Hi, everyone. What's new?
God, where do we start? Well, the Redferns are still running the world, although you probably know that. I've got a hangover. Chelsea works here in some sort of capacity, and Jasmine's in love with a mobster.
Oh, he is not.
And I'm Shelley. You're Gemma Stace, aren't you? I recognise you from the wedding photos.
Really? I'm amazed they kept any.
Oh, only as dartboards, darling. And this is Poppy. She lives in Remuera and plays simply heaps of tennis.
I told you I hardly ever have time
This is the infamous lady who ran out on Alistair Redfern's nuptials like something out of Smokey and the Bandit.
Oh, well, how do you do?
I was feeling great until I walked in here.
And now?
Even greater. I'd forgotten what a truly waspish tongue you have.
And I'd forgotten how nice it was to have someone around who appreciates it. We're running late for the printers, so if this is social, can we make it later? Or is there something I can do for you?
Well, you could, offer me a job.
I mean, you've got to understand, they were grotesque.
So you went to see Dr. Chinnery and he said, what?
That he could reduce my breast to a normal size.
Plastic surgery?
Yes, but it went wrong.
Did it? Christine, would you be prepared to let us publish your story with photographs?
Yes, that's why I'm here.
People will recognize you from that story, talk about you. You might even find some of them unsympathetic.
I want to do it.
Yes, I think you do. But I wonder why.
Do you? I'll show you why.
Great. And how much are our Christine's boobs costing us? Bells. Still worth every cent. Yeah, I am. Yeah, I seem to have the old Midas touch at the moment. Amazing what you can reap on one good piece of dirt. Yeah, I'm going to have to go, Creed. Look, I'll catch you for a drink sometime. Okay, bye. Well, my new little cousin. Lord. Well, she's small.
That's fairly standard for babies.
Well, she's quite cute, really, isn't she? Oh, look at those little fingernails.
She's the most beautiful baby ever born.
Not that you're biased, of course.
Of course. I think she looks rather like me.
She does.
Yeah, she looks like Rob Muldoon. No, not like him. That lawyer fellow who got shot. Wyeth. She looks like him. So, who's looking after the Redfern group while you play Sir Galahad to the board members?
The secret of good management is knowing how to delegate.
I'll put her down now, Mrs. Redfern.
Oh, thank you, Sarah. You've had time to settle in because there's no hurry.
You
I mean,
need
I can...
calm and rest. Now, are you drinking plenty of fluids?
Ah, I think so.
Good. Miranda can get some fresh air in her pram.
We'll have coffee out on the veranda, Rita. Isn't she a pet?
Grandmother, this business with my car, it's going to cost so much to fix, it's barely worth it. So I thought I'd use Brad's Jaguar. No sense of rusting away in the garage, is there?
I'll speak to Caroline, see what she thinks.
Oh, I don't think that'll be necessary. It's a company car, and it's a family business after all. If you just ask her for the keys.
Oh, they were lovely, but I like the note best of all. Lunch? But we've only just... if you miss me that much. Okay. I've got to go. Bye-bye.
The photographer will come and see you about 2. You sure you want to go through with it?
I'm certain.
I'll contact you later. Bye. Well, my God. You've got a nerve, haven't you? What are you doing here?
I'm looking for a job, actually.
Sorry. We've got a perfectly adequate office cleaner already. And half our present staff seem to sit around doing nothing but painting their nails and reading throwaways. Sometimes I think nepotism can be carried too far.
It doesn't change around here, does it? It's quite comforting, really. Hey, Chelsea. Doesn't look as though either of us are needed around here. Do you want to go for a cup of coffee?
Yeah, why not?
Goodbye, James.
Bye. Take care, Cara.
He's such a nice man.
James, yes. But do be careful. Women left suddenly on their own are very vulnerable. And knights in shining armor have great appeal.
You can't think I've forgotten Brad so soon. Good heavens, James is just being kind. I certainly don't see him as some sort of suitor.
I know, Caroline, I do know. But there are unseen pitfalls, including the fact that James is in the nature of being an employee, albeit a very senior one. And it doesn't pay to let them get too close.
You're not! You couldn't be! You're mad! Mum's gonna have kittens!
Black without?
Oh, just a splash of milk. I thought he was still involved with some really old woman in the country. You're a fool, Gemma. You got away from us once. You should have stayed away. Because bad things happen to Redferns.
I was really sorry to hear about your dad. Is it hard?
Sometimes.
Hey, how's it working out at Gloss? I thought you held that little modelling career.
Yeah, well, that's not all it's cracked up to be. So I gave it away. And all I'm really doing at work is just mucking around watching Jasmine. Most of the time it's just plain boring.
You ever tried writing for
Oh, I'm no good at writing, no. But there are some things I think I could be good at. You see, Mum thinks I'm pretty hopeless. I can't blow my own nose unless she's here directing the operation. So I've got this idea.
Yeah? Aren't you going to tell me about it?
Trust another Redfern with a secret? You must be joking.
Well, we won't be ready to put this issue to bed on Monday unless we work over the weekend.
I know. You tell them. Suit of armour's in the cupboard.
She's good, you know.
Who?
You know who.
I'm not having Gemma Stace on my staff. Not after the way she behaved.
I think in the midst of all the police cards and bullets, Gemma's defection went almost unnoticed. We need another feature writer to replace Sean. The ads have turned up nothing but a bunch of has-beens and never will-be's.
Well, then we'll just have to advertise again. And in the meantime, I'll do it. Do you know that woman that came to the office today? She'd been mutilated by Chinnery. I'm rewriting this plastic surgeon feature, and I'm going to run it in this issue.
I don't like it.
How the hell not?
I don't know. Something not quite right about it. It's all too patter turning up right now.
Oh, for God's sake, Magda, you're sounding like Jasmine. You'll be doing the I Ching next. I am running that story.
In full gory colour.
And you can take that look off your face. Listen, I was writing award-winning features whilst you were still failing your spelling test.
Well, at least I'm not failing any professional objectivity tests at the moment.
Is that right? Well, I'm not sure that I regard your regular morning hangovers as professional. And as for your pathetic one-night stands with underage studs, they can hardly be described as objective.
My personal life is absolute...
Is an embarrassment. Or so it should be. I know you're trying to numb the pain of Sean, but you've got...
Just leave Sean out of it. I don't need your amateur psychology at the moment. Look, Maxie, you're running yourself into the ground trying to do everybody else's job and neglecting your own. You can't run the world single-handed.
I see. You've had a taste of the editor's chair and now you're feeling a little bit put out that you're back where you belong. Well, you can forget any ideas about dethroning me, Magda, because I'm here to stay.
Carry on the way you're going and no one will have to dethrone you. You'll do it all by yourself.
Oh, stop it. What do you want?
Looking for your car keys. And if you don't give them to me, I'm going to tickle you to death.
Where are you off to, then?
Meeting a land agent. There's a house on the shore that looks very us.
Well, according to this, we can't afford a house, even with a mortgage.
A mortgage? I thought the Redferns didn't know the meaning of the word. Well, you'll just have to sell the winery then, won't you?
Eventually, I suppose.
Sooner the better. Alistair, we can't afford to spend the rest of our lives living in hotels. So it's time to take your courage in both hands.
I will on the weekend. Scout's honour. Oh, by the way, can you stop off and buy us a shirt and stuff? I missed the laundry again this morning.
Anything I can do to make your life a little easier is a pure joy. Oh, well, I'm not working on Saturday. Felix and I are going away for the weekend.
Somewhere romantic?
A private island in the Gulf.
Oh, have you ever tried to get a babysitter on a Saturday?
Well, I can't come in. I've got a luncheon.
I don't care about your bloody luncheon. You're all coming in. And if it's any consolation, there'll be overtime.
Oh, well, in that case. Well, I've just been told I don't do anything around here anyway, so there's no point in paying me overtime for it. Is there?
Oh, Felix, it's terrible. I might have to work on Saturday.
Then I'll bring you across in the jet boat and wait for you.
Oh.
My priceless Ming vase. Isn't she wonderful?
Would you believe it? Damn painters.
Dry cleaner should be able to get that out.
Oh, it doesn't matter. I'm sick of this suit anyway. The place is looking good, Grandmother.
Oh.
The sooner that public bar's out of the way, the better.
There's something wrong with a public bar.
Well, it's not trendy, and there's money in trendy. You should be pleased Alistair and I are doing something creative together.
At a price, I hear. I'm surprised that you managed to convince Alistair to sink his money in this. Had he been drinking?
I can be very persuasive, Grandmother. For example, I bet I could persuade you to let me have some money for some new gear for the launch tomorrow night. Have to look the part. Very important for a Redfern.
Rex, what precisely is going on? What is it you want to say to me, or not to say to me?
Time to talk, perhaps. Just let me get out of these trousers.
You will never learn. You are a romantic schoolgirl.
You're just an old grouch.
Well, we don't need a lot of legal work, but I do like to have the features checked just to be safe. I mean, it's about a couple of hours a month. So we won't be doing a great deal to upgrade your partner's Porsches, I'm afraid.
Oh, well, it'd make a nice change. Why me?
Well, partly because you're the family lawyer. And partly because I'm feeling rather gauche about the way I turned down your dinner invitation the other day.
You didn't want to go out. It didn't mangle my ego.
I know, but I could have just said so without making up silly excuses. Sorry. If I may be honest, I'm not looking for a relationship at the moment, but a good friend and an occasional companion would be more than welcome. How do you feel about that?
Oh, I think I'd be very comfortable with that. If you're serious, I have a Law Society dinner next Thursday. Can I persuade you?
I'd love to. And please, would you accompany me to Alistair's opening tomorrow night?
With the greatest of pleasure. That now gives me a genuine reason for not having dinner with my uncle. This has the makings of a very useful relationship. Well, I must away.
Oh, before you go, could you peruse this feature? And I'm sorry, but I need your opinion by tomorrow.
No problem. What is it?
Negligent doctor.
It would be.
So, Alistair's been with you?
Yes. I can appreciate it must be hard for you if he didn't tell you he was married. There you go, he is.
Who left? You or him? Not that I suppose that's really any of my business.
No, it isn't. It was me.
Who's to say you won't do it again?
Indeed. But right now, I'm still his wife. I'm living with him and I don't take kindly to opposition.
Can you hold him, though? We have something quite strong between us. Not marriage, no, but it might have been. And you see, I love him. I don't think you do. Now, that might be good enough reason for me to put up a fight.
Don't. You'd lose. Not because you're wrong, but because he's weak. And a weak man isn't going to dedicate his love life to a woman old enough to be his mother. There are things Alistair cares about. One of them is living the high life with all the beautiful young things. You'd stand out like Whistler's mother if he had the nerve to take you with him.
I think he deserves someone better than you.
I think he deserves someone just like me, because I'm just like him. Except I'm cleverer and I'm stronger.
And I still might fight for him.
Oh. And where will you be living while you fight for your boy lover?
I don't understand.
Don't you, Mrs. Jakovich? Alistair's selling the winery.
What?
But right now, he's still the owner and I'm his wife, and you're an embarrassment to both of us. So, if you don't resign and leave of your own accord, I shall take great pleasure in giving you the sack.
The family is the most important thing. Maintaining its good name, wouldn't you say?
What's all this leading up to, Rex?
I became concerned when I was talking to old Charles the other night. So I did a little checking. War records, birth certificates.
What exactly did Charles tell you?
The truth. About Brad. That Sam Wyeth was his father.
What do you want, Rex?
It's funny, isn't it? When you stop to think about it, illegitimate or not, I'm the only Redfern of this generation. The only true Redfern heir. Aren't I?
If we could have a fresh pot of tea, Rita, and 2 extra cups.
Maxine coming to give the baby princess her blessing, is she? Well, I'd burn all the spinning wheels in the kingdom if I was you.
I don't think that's funny, Rex.
Don't you? I thought it was very funny. What about you, grandmother? Oh, never mind. Look, about that money you promised me for some new gear. It occurs to me that the simplest thing would be for you just to transfer 6 months' advance on my allowance. That should more than cover it. That's my account number.
Very well.
Thanks. See you later. Good morning.
Morning. It was.
I hear you're working upright these days. Must make a pleasant change.
Have you ever contemplated suicide, Rex? I'd be very glad to help you.
Taking an hour off to view the new rival for the family fortune. I thought empire building had all your attention.
Most of it. I seem to have developed a natural flair since your father handed it over to me.
Ah, yes. He took a nasty tumble, didn't he? Happens, you know. the mighty come crashing down in a cloud of dust.
How poetic. It's amazing what they teach you at these special schools.
You are in a mood this morning. I hope you're going to be sweet to Caro.
Caro's sweet enough for all of us. I'm amazed that Brad didn't develop diabetes. Excuse me.
Just watch her head. She can't support it yet.
Oh, she's gorgeous. I want one.
Oh, no, you don't. Oh, what a little joy you are. She hasn't got Brad's nose, thank goodness. There won't be any plastic surgery bills there. You forget how little they are, don't you? Is she well, Caro?
Seems to be doing all the right things now, thank goodness.
Oh, thank you, Rita. Tea, Olivia. It's a pity it's another girl, isn't it? Strange how everyone forgot about that possibility.
Yes. You're looking very well, Maxine. I think I'll take my tea out on the balcony. Such a lovely day.
Oh. Oh, disappointing.
I don't think she's quite... Oh, I don't know. She seems well enough, but she's...
Positively vague. Do you think senility's creeping in?
No, but it's something. She's just given Rex the Jaguar, plus 6 months advance on his allowance without so much as a murmur.
Has she, indeed?
Come on.
Just stopped the car on the way here from the wharf and bought it, especially for tonight. Oh, he's so...
Slimy?
That's really horrible, Magda. Particularly since he brought me all the way in here just to work on a Saturday. Oh, it's so wonderful over there. What am I doing here?
Getting up everyone's nose. Look, Jasmine, we're sick of hearing about your ridiculous little man. He's nothing but a cheap con man. You drool all over him like a 13-year-old.
You can be really mean sometimes, Magda. After the unhappy life I've led, I would have thought you'd be pleased. That's all I really want. Just a little happiness.
Oh, God, someone hand me a violin.
You're a bit OTT this morning, Magda.
And you can go and choke on your pearls, too.
Well, I think he's very nice, Jasmine. And I think he's gorgeous.
And I think that anything that flawless has to be a fake.
Jealousy will get you nowhere.
Hi. I was really surprised when you rang.
Yeah, I just wanted to see you. I've missed having someone around, someone my own age, you know, to talk to.
I thought you'd forgotten about all of us with your modelling career.
Yeah. Well, I thought I was a bit too good for you. Boy, did I come at Gutser.
Tell.
Oh, rather not just yet. It was all a bit tacky and...
Oh, that's okay. So you're still doing it? All the modelling?
Oh, no. I'm working at Gloss now. Well, I'm supposed to be. There's not much for me to do except for follow people around and run messages and make coffee and stuff. I'm learning heaps, but they just don't let me do anything.
Oh, sounds boring. Are you going to stay?
Don't know. See, I've got this other idea. Have a look at this.
Oh, the poor woman. Look at her. I mean, you'd never dare undress in front of anyone looking like that, would you?
She appears to have undressed in front of the whole country. God, how ghastly.
Ah, is this an encounter group? Ah, the photographs. I presume they were addressed to me.
Yes, but we thought that they...
Think what you like. Don't open packages with my name on. Oh, these appear to be for you. I collided with them in the lift. Thank God none of us suffer from hay fever. Jackson, thank you for coming. We'll use my office. Oh, the man's a butcher. The lighting could have been a bit better. Still, any problems with the story?
Oh, no, the facts are correct. It's pretty strong stuff. Did you speak to the doctor?
No comment. Patient privilege. The lawyers will get in touch with us, whatever we print. Standard bullying. Oh, Jackson, I see this every day. It's all bluster and hot air. Now, here's something that might interest you. A little bird told me this morning that Olivia has given Rex the Jaguar, plus 6 months advance on his allowance as a little bonus. What do you think about that?
You sure of this?
Oh, yes. Caro's glacial calm was on the verge of being shattered by it.
I can't imagine why Olivia would give away that sort of money.
Willingly. Neither can I. It's intriguing, isn't it?
Greetings, Stanislaus. Ah, there you are. Are you unspeakably furious?
Not now.
Well, you should be. It was a lousy thing to do, staying away all this time without even calling you. Not that you called me, of course, but I don't suppose you could, since you didn't know where I was.
I don't suppose so.
Do you want to know?
I'm not sure.
It's just so silly. I was camped out at my mother's, that's all.
I see. I rather thought you might have been with Gemma.
Oh, God. Of course not. I just needed some time to think. Alone. Just me.
And your mother. Are you selling the winery?
Oh, well, there's nothing definite yet, but it would make sense. With the Semillon as valuable as it is, I'd make a decent profit. And it would only change things on the ownership papers. I mean, I'd insist that you were kept on as manager, if you wanted to be.
And you?
Oh, well, that's just the thing. I'm not really the country type, you know? Well, you do know I'm like a fish out of water here, and this wine bar is going to take up most of my time till I get it up and running.
So you'll be in town and I'll be in the country.
Well, yes, I suppose so.
I thought we had something, Alistair. Something rare and honest.
We did. We do. You're a really special person. Look, you mustn't think that I'm running out on you or anything like that. It's just that I need some time by myself for a bit.
At your mother's?
Well, probably, yes.
Well, then I guess you'd better get your things. I've packed them for you.
Oh, right. Mustn't keep you. You are a special person, Sophie, and I'm really, really fond of you. I knew you'd understand.
Alistair.
See you later.
You don't believe in doing things by halves, do you?
No. Oh, what do you reckon?
Looks very expensive.
Good, good. Ah, Rita, do you mind putting the stuff away up in my room, please? And if you wouldn't mind running an iron over the white shirt for tonight. Thanks.
Rita has more than enough to do without doubling as your valet, Rex.
Really? What?
Just who paid for those clothes anyway? You or Olivia?
Why don't you mind your own business?
When Olivia's affected, it is my business.
Is that so? Well, I don't think you're in any position to dictate around here. You and your child are a great deal more vulnerable than you realize. And if you don't stick to your role as Earth Mother and stay out of my affairs, you just might regret it.
So, what did he say?
What does it matter? He lied. He treated me like a total fool. How bloody dare he?
Angry words are swallowed by the air. If you let him destroy you and drive off smiling, you have no pride.
No, I'm not destroyed. I'm going to wipe that smile off his smug little face. Go home, Stan.
it's out with the public bar and in with the conservatory bar. And then when that's finished, we'll start on the restaurant. So, what do you think? Gemma?
Oh, it's wonderful, and you know it.
You always have last-minute doubts.
You may not be Einstein, darling, but you do know trendy. How much all this?
Oh, God, don't ask. The winery really is going to have to go. Still, it'll be easier, I suppose. And that house on the shore does sound rather nice.
It's all right, don't you think?
Oh, they'll be fighting to get in here by next week.
You haven't changed.
Neither of you.
Is she asleep yet?
Yes. You need to be in by 10 for her next feed. And if you're going to drink, stick to beer. It's good for your milk.
I don't really want to go out and leave her, but I promised Alistair.
Nonsense. You have a nanny and a doting grandmother to look after her. You go out and enjoy yourself for a couple of hours. Lord knows there's been little enough opportunity lately.
Olivia, I'm a bit worried about Rex. The way he's been helping himself with both hands.
What's the matter, Caroline? Are you afraid there won't be enough money to go round? That's all anybody's interested in.
That's not true. You know I don't want your money. I'm just concerned that Rex is... Oh, I don't know.
Well, if you don't know, don't concern yourself. I'm going up to watch the news. If you're going out, you better get changed.
Magda!
Your price tag showing, horse. I assume it was deliberate.
You came. Motherhood's done wonders for your figure.
Don't be vulgar.
Champagne?
I'm supposed to drink beer, apparently.
Beer?
I don't even like the stuff.
Don't let Mary Poppins bully you. I think the nanny trained at Waiuru.
A defiant glass of champagne, why not? Just the one mine, then I better stick to orange juice.
I'll get it.
What's all this then?
What's what?
Well, every time I've seen you lately, James Quinn's been dancing in attendance. Are you being courted, Mrs. Redfern?
Why is it that I can't even talk to a man without everybody making something of it? I loved your father, Alistair. I've just had his baby, and I'm sick of everyone's dirty minds.
It's not good for babies to be picked up all the time. It breaks their routine.
Yes, Sarah. You've made your opinion quite clear. Thank you. I'll call you.
Oh, my man, he's so tired. He just sleeps the whole night through. Oh, my man, he's so tired. He just sleeps the whole night through. All right. I've had some men before.
I'd be perfectly happy to write features on a freelance basis. If you feel you're not comfortable with me in the office.
I'm not.
Oh, come on, Maxine. You know I can write what you want. I've got masses of ideas.
Oh, yes, you always have masses of ideas. Look, Gemma, I haven't come here to talk about work. You ring on Monday.
So you'll give me a job?
I'll think about it. What are you doing here anyway? Did Rex Thorne invite you?
Yeah. Alistair did, actually.
My God, that?
Wow, doesn't she look like a movie star?
She looks more like Barbara Cartland to me.
Only made in Hong Kong.
Excuse me.
Well, did you talk to her?
Well, I couldn't avoid her, could I? Yes, I talked to her.
And you're giving her a job?
I might.
Good. Alistair will be pleased.
Will he? What's Alistair got to do with it?
It's a secret.
I love secrets.
So she said to the Crown Solicitor, we're in the same business, Ducky. I'm a half-crown solicitor.
You never learn, do you?
I'm sorry?
As far as women are concerned, you're just like your father. Honestly, Alistair, I give up. I realize that I have born an idiot. You've just made yourself two very bad twin beds. Let's see if you can lie on both of them at the same time.
Did you get an earful?
Did I what? My loving mama doesn't think I can handle two women in my life at the same time.
You can't. And you don't have to. I've settled the matter out at the winery.
What do you mean?
I went to see your Sophie and told her she was your ex-Sophie.
When? When did you go out to the winery?
Yesterday. I thought you handled it very well.
Oh, my God.
Your grandson's on the phone, Mrs. Redfern.
Rex. Yes, Rex. Jackson? Surely he wouldn't want to see me tonight.
Well, he seems to think it's important. Oh, don't worry, Grandmother. It won't take long. Yes. Yes, straight away.
Toy boys, you see. They keep it up all night. But not for more than 5 minutes at a time. Peanut butter for brains.
If she tries to kiss you, duck. It's an all-or-nothing experience.
Why don't you crawl back inside your piece of cheese?
Excuse me. Olivia's just phoned. She wants to see us urgently.
What, tonight?
Afraid so. My car's parked out the back. Sorry about this.
Back as soon as possible.
Oh, that's wonderful! Congratulations, both of you.
Don't make a total exhibition of yourself, darling.
They're engaged.
And what?
It's true. Felix and I are getting married.
Good Lord, when?
As soon as possible, before I wake up and find she was just a dream.
So which lorry did that fall off?
Oh, just shut up, Magda. You're only jealous and you're trying to spoil it.
Me? Jealous of you?
Yes, because I found someone wonderful, and all your men are either stupid or gay or get horrible diseases.
Cool down, darling.
Yes, do. Here, let me help you.
Ah! Oh, God. It's going to be one of those parties.
Sophie! Sophie! Oh, my God. Sophie! Sophie! Sophie, where are you?
Are you sure you won't have one, Grandmother? It would do you good.
I feel some explanation is required, Rex.
Of course. My grandmother wants you to sort out a little business for her. You see, certain information has come to light, shall we say, which somewhat changes my position in the family. You must realize, Jackson, that my grandmother is a very generous woman. Look at what she's done over the last year or so. She gave this house to Brad and Cara, gave large blocks of shares to the family. And only yesterday, she gave me the keys to the Jaguar and Well, rather a lot of pocket money.
So I heard.
But even that didn't satisfy her. You see, Grandmother's worried about complications arising from her estate when she dies. So she wants to hand over her entire shareholding in the Redfern Group to me, which will, of course, make me the majority shareholder. And as such, she feels it would be appropriate for me to also be the chairman of the board. Are you all right, Jackson?
Yes, just a touch of déjà vu, that's all.
Good. I've agreed to this, not because I particularly want all of it, but because it will please her. And I like to please her.
Oh, I'm sure you do.
So if you could arrange it just as soon as possible.
Are these indeed your wishes and your instructions?
It seems they are.
Oh, it's the guilt on the gingerbread, the icing on the cake. It's monuments and mirror glass, the city's on the make. The devil takes the hindmost and no one counts the cost. It's such a sweet seduction. Lost. Could call it ambition. Did someone whisper greed? Don't want you for a friend if you're a friend in need. Not gonna tell the truth if you swallow a lie.